Já está tudo a bugar.
Não há gol trooper aqui bem boa. É o PF, sim, olha aí, ó. Mataram o PF.
Olha o Parpi.
Mataram. Onde é que está o Nix? Onde é que está o Nix? Quer ver o Nix? Eu tenho que ganhar.
O Nix.
Mr. Seven. O Nix da CNN, da Fortnite. Tu vês que há gajos da Face que jogam CS?
Yeah. Olha o Ronaldo.
O Ronaldinho.
Já não dá. Porque aqui não. Quem eu sou? Olha o Clicks.
Estou com ganho o primeiro jogo do dia. Não, nunca saber.
Olha o serpente.
Really no one else can pick up on. Many teams already stacking here as there's so many materials to be done up, and for a lot of players once they get max, they don't just stop there, they keep farming to have access if they need to expend a lot of materials. On the bottom right of your screen you see a fight going down,
Dia2 de Seita, enquanto eu estou aqui a jogar.
Recebi a notificação. Olha o hype.
Everyone is safe in the next circle. It is moving in. Double heavy sniper is in play. For those guys who do not know, a heavy sniper will take out a metal wall. It'll take out pretty much anything. It does 1,500 damage structures. So if you have two teammates who have double heavy snipers, they can see it line up a shot of somebody hiding one by one and be able to take them out.
And that changes the game completely. Once you hear double heavy, you can no longer sit still ever. Or if you know where they're at, you have to make sure you have at least 2 walls of cover on that side to protect you from the inevitable double snipe. And when we say double snipe, it's as far as 1, 2, 3, shoot. And they both fire at the same time and catch you off guard.
Ela.
Mocidita. Are the rotation items? We got 6 shadows for this guy.
I também vai dar bem.
I think these guys are in a great spot.
Absolutely. And you see the zone did just update the northern side of this current storm. Storm Surge is now in play, so players beginning to drop. 80 players in total in this game. They will rotate on out of here. Hype and Serpent don't want the fight. And that's Jay now quite weak. With Storm Surge beginning to tick in, Quentin and Lanouf now having to push a fight as Storm Surge is affecting them as well. Smites them down from the heavens, and there they go, getting dropped by Storm Surge. Unfortunate for them, but again, with not enough damage done, they do fall below that threshold.
Quem vai para o evento chamado Ronaldo? What the fuck?
Tricky situations, but again, man, it just goes to show a lot of aggressiveness is going to pay off for teams, man. You don't want to be put in that situation where you have to desperate and push. Maybe a duo that's better than you.
Olha o Airwax.
And Airwax at
Morreu.
That's a replay.
Was that a replay? They just went down.
Airwax and Nikom are winners. Well, Airwax at least are back-to-back winner of the Pro-Am. Does go down. Airwax double qualified as well. Tough first game for them as they do go out quite early on. 71 players left in this game. 38 duos. Again, it's a slow crawl as everyone begins to drop. Have you ever seen anything like this in competitive?
No, I think that the only time that we saw numbers like this were when the circles they didn't really chunk that much and they were more centralized in the beginning of competitive. So really no one had to rotate that much and no one had to fight. So now that these circles are really just kind of moving around the map, you can't really predict them.
Olha, o Savage, Mr. Savage ainda está vivo.
Ainda bem. Eu quero ver o Nix, que acho que ele está solo agora. O Mongrel, olha ali, o Mongrel.
Eu Mitra.
O Mongrel joga bem. Está um círculo bem pequeno para 71 gajos.
And he's going to be able to make it 8 grenades. So that could be, I mean, if you can get in a position where some players are already getting focused on the outside, 8 grenades, he might be able to clean up those kills too.
Yep, that's right there. They do box up in time. Did take some shield damage, but thankfully they have some minis to replenish that in just a few brief moments as there's Eclipse now using them. He's got his teammate right next door as well. Medkit
Ei, está a bugar tudo. Para ti também está a bugar, é? Olha o mongrela.
Olha o mongrela.
Não, tipo,
um pro player aqui.
tipo a jogar.
Ei, até está a bugar o replay tão rápido que ele edita,
Yeah.
vê lá.
É isso que eu estava a falar de bugar.
Não, mas é bug porque o gajo a bater rápido e editar.
Olha o mitro.
Two slurps, 5 chug splashes. They already have a slurp ticking. This is insane. They're super close to the zone as well. They don't have to move.
Ele e o mitro fazem ganda time.
They're in a fantastic position to make some noise in game number 1. We'll definitely keep up to
Ele e o
date
mitro
with them.
fazem ganda equipa.
Slipstream slowly inching towards where it begins to shut down Ninja, but
Olha o shutdown. Não vê, os gajos falam shutdown, puta.
Mas não é que quer dizer que é mesmo um shutdown, né? Shutdown deve significar alguma coisa.
The eastern side of the zone. None of these players really going to be able to play. They're going to have to inch a little bit more towards Loot Lake if they want to be safe.
Olha o Nix, olha ali o Nix. O Nix está solo.
Onde é que está o Nix? Olha ali o Nix! E esse que ele está solto ali, se o PS ia morrer.
To force people out of their 1x1s and try to shoot them as they're rotating away and trying to build new 1x1s to dodge the stinks.
You see the stinks right now going down on Mongrel, and Mongrel gets immediately ripped in two as it's
Oh, o Mongrel morreu.
began to focus him right there.
Não, não acredito.
Still alive.
Morreu para o Nix.
A sério, eu não vi.
You know, to be able to play with the next
Não dá para voltar atrás, pá.
Não.
on in. Intro. 12 damage below. Will have to begin to put
Eu
shots
só ouvia
down.
falar.
The zone
Também
pushing
não vi.
as well. So in this position, with the zone at their back, Mitro's goal, spray at players who have to push from the zone. They have one way they can go. They can't afford to take storm damage. They've got to push right out of it. Mitro knows that. Now begins the fire. Dubs just below as well. One of the players who qualified multiple times through solos and then once in duos.
They also have some great rotation. 2 ballers still intact. And here's the thing that you just mentioned, all these players who are going to be rotating in.
Vamos lá que eu vou inscrever-me aqui no canal do Fortnite.
9 assault rifle shots in Dubs' inventory. It is getting scrappy, folks. And there's the split. Still only 80, meaning combined between the two. They really only have about 150 shots to work with. The zone still pushing. 61 players left. Reminder, folks, this is game number 1 of 6 today.
Olha,
Duos competition.
Dubs morreu.
Dubs does go down as a player got that back wall and he wasn't quite ready for it. Mega frantically backing on up, trying to create some space. Will he be able to go?
Olha o Mega.
Have the storm surge on.
Olha lá, está a bugar tudo.
Mano, o gajo edita rápido, que é?
Em vez o gajo não curar.
Para passear aqui o White Sky a editar, isto bugava tudo, meu. Sabes que o White Sky edita bastante rápido.
Vê lá se isto no YouTube está a mesma cena.
Claro que tá, meu.
Ronaldo, olha, o Ronaldo ainda está vivo.
Ronaldo.
No more Dubs. The duo
Still okay, so
down.
now
Now
he's finally above, and guess what? The most important thing to realize, guys.
Lá não apanhar a sniper pesada.
Yes, his teammates down.
Agora o clickbaiteiro está a dizer que vai haver um novo show do Marshmallow.
Clutch this win.
Ah?
Shotgun.
Está a dizer que vai haver um novo show do Marshmallow.
Yeah, é amanhã.
Incredible damage, long range and close.
Mas no Fortnite,
And all the guys
Não, é tipo mesmo
então pronto,
lá na cena.
ao vivo. É sério, né? Mas ele está a dizer que é ao vivo no Fortnite.
finally taken out 52 players left.
Ele devia estar a referir-se ao canal.
Thomas drops some ammo right there for his
Clickbaiteiro.
Inclusion, and you see Thomas, that epic infantry rifle, one of your favorite weapons, Ninja. What is so good about that assault
A
rifle?
sério que foram gravar um drop?
Pinpoint accurate
Really?
players, right? There's no bloom necessary.
Foda-se.
Your aim is right
Ah.
ahead.
O Nick está vivo?
points of
Acho
damage.
que sim,
Now
não
the
sei.
upgraded versions, the legendary and the epic, have 10 shots instead of 8. So I mean, it just packs a punch, man. It can really catch players off guard, and that's exactly what you're going to need when you're playing against these top players who will literally build and protect themselves when they get shot once.
Folks, there are 45 players left in this very, very small zone. We are now on our
A mim já diz que eles estão a fazer bem, mas eu não sabem.
Foi. Eu não tenho
Olha lá o
nas
círculo. Olha lá o círculo que está com quantos gajos?
Yeah, eu vi.
We already got people using shockwave grenades, guys. This is a very far.
Não, o Nix já não deve estar vivo.
Going to move very quickly. These people are going to.
Mas o Mitro ainda está. O Mitro ainda está
Who's
vivo.
gonna try to take the
Ele ainda consegue dar a vitória para o Mongrel. Ele vai consegue, né? Mas ele vai tentar. O Ronaldo também está.
Yeah. Ronaldo.
Olha ali o Ronaldo ali nas boxes. Fazer treino.
Olha o King.
Para o José.
Agora é o King.
Pensas que ele vai morrer?
É. Olha.
Ele está invisível.
Yeah. Olha o Ronaldo.
Ele é brasileiro ou português ou espanhol? Né?
Não sei. Fogo, isto são 6 partidas.
Yeah.
Isto vai durar até lá à noite. Tanto que estes gajos falam. Yeah, onde é que está o Mitro? Acho que o Mitro já morreu.
Não, amigo, que é isso?
Ai não, o Mitro ainda está vivo. Está vivo.
Onde?
Olha ali. Ali a 100 escudo e a 100 de vida.
Já vi.
O Savage também está a jogar bem.
Claro.
Aí eu estou no high ground. Olha, o Savage acabou de morrer. A falarmos do Savage, olha, porra.
Que o King, que mamada Storm, ele não morreu mesmo, pessoal.
O Mitro ainda está ali.
O Storm é grande moto.
Yeah. Há bocado também aí passou na tua, que eu ouvi.
Não foi uma moto, foi um carro.
Não foi uma moto que eu ouvi.
Tu estás a dizer que 7 gajos neste círculo.
Yeah.
Ainda são gajos, não? São uns poucos.
Olha, o Mitro. É lá, o Mitro. Não, o Mitro vai morrer. Ai não, não morreu. Ai, o Mitro. Não, o Mitro morreu, mas matou o outro.
O Mitro jogou muito bem. O Mr. Savage está morto.
Yeah. Oh, este gajo aproveitou-se.
Sim, fez bem.
Lá, agora vais falar ao microfone. Blá blá blá.
Vão ter água para acalmar.
Olha, o Mitra morreu, mas matou o outro.
Yeah.
É, ainda, eles também eram ainda duo.
Yeah. Eu já ganham só duplas, não é impossível, não é? Eles ainda por cima são pro players, claro que conseguem.
Yeah.
Aqui matou. Imagina que estás ali a beira do impulso.
Ok, este gajo já tem não sei quantos pontos. Devem ter pai uns 20 e tal. Pai.
Mr. Savage and Benji Fisher, we have to talk about them for a second.
Mr. Savage.
Young duo. They were on the high ground.
Ele jogou mal, né, cara, no final.
Yeah, mas o Mitra jogou mesmo, por acaso.
O Mongrel também jogou mal, né, para ver?
Yeah, pá, caralho. O Mitra está a jogar melhor do que ele. Agora tem de acalmar o coração, que o coração deve estar ali a bater a 1000.
Yeah.
O velho ficava a tremer todo. Se ganhar.
Por quê? Não conseguia mexer, não conseguia construir. Tipo, eu que comecei na Season 6, imagina lá. Tu que já jogaste na Season 3, imagina.
Yeah. Mas eu também na Season 3 também só conseguia fazer wins a squad ou 2. Também.
Não, só o 2 e só os squads.
Yeah. E por acaso um dia eu fiz tipo um solo squad e ganhei. Na Season 4 ou na Season 3, não sei.
Não, eu fiz na 8 ou na 9 mesmo. Eu vou-te mandar o vídeo pelo WhatsApp que eu mandei. É, o Vitória são os squads.
High risk, high reward, man, right? Let's see how these guys change. I wonder if the guys who did get hurt a lot by the Storm Surge, are they going to make changes in the second game? Are they going to be a little bit more aggressive and trying to deal some damage as they rotate? That's what I want to know.
That's a great way to think of it. I know there were so many people that want to give their thoughts on these games, but over at Unreal Island, we've got our very own Sundown with his thoughts on Game 1.
A tu Sergi tipo coisa, ele bloqueou-me no WhatsApp.
Então,
não sei.
Talked about Energy Zate and Ghost Sap and how they've been playing so well together, and that endgame was a prime example of tactics Zate and Sap. We're gonna re-roll it one more time, and we're gonna break down kind of how they were able to keep the control. Now, pay attention right away.
Aí lá o Thiago Alves mandou.
Sap has one angle while Zate is going forward, and they're moving back over the
Gabriel,
but the angles they take make sure they're covering everything. They hear the shots below.
Isto é horrível.
Down towards them, and Scarlet is able to pick up Mika, but doesn't have enough to get out. 5 eliminations, victory royale, 15 points.
Foda-se, o Trioga é pior do que eu.
Their experience on stage and at major LAN events is winning out right now. They say nerves, what nerves? You might
Foda-se, sentado ali a mamar comida também.
because they are just that good. Match 1 is over. Time to get back over the stage.
Na fama lo ouvi no teclado.
Take it away.
E a nem ouço, por acaso. Quando
Porque na tua, né?
não, quando estavas a jogar também não estava a ouvir.
Ok. Mas olha lá no vídeo que te mandei agora.
Phoenix up top of it right now. Well, guess what? It's Sap and Zay, but
Benji incredibly clutch solo moves and plays.
O Mongrel está em terceiro.
And they're still up there. Guess what?
E o Mitro.
Ah, não. E o Mongrel e Nitro em terceiro.
Olha o Shinoka, está em último.
Vê lá. Vê lá o vídeo.
Calma, está a carregar.
Limbs, putting his team from probably an abysmal game 1 to top 3 in our leaderboards. Again, here are your standings from game number 1. Dubs and Mega, they wound up making it through as well, and that's because of Mega staying alive too.
Absolutely, incredibly talented duo, man. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what Aiden can do. Sean, so hopefully they step it up in this next game.
If you like,
Game 2's about to get on its way, man. Are you ready?
I am ready. Ladies
ready?
and gentlemen, in this sold-out arena, are you guys ready for game number 2?
Hey.
Oh yeah, they are. Oh yeah, they are. 8, 7, 6,
Uma win.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ei, vá lá, estes gajos estão a ser mais rápidos.
Of the Fortnite World Cup Duo Finals.
Vá lá.
Again, I'm just going to keep saying it, the most nerve-wracking part of any competition,
Chega
but
daqui,
definitely
ó.
Fortnite for me,
Sem gajos
the
aqui.
second you jump out of that bus.
Yep.
Right, once you hit the ground, once these players hit the ground,
Vamos, Grale e Mitro.
Quer vê-lo? Ah, não consegui ver.
Vocês são melhor do que estou.
O Tefuna está aqui, eu quero, não foi para os duplas, ele só foi para o solo.
Yeah, mas ele foi
Olha
para o pro.
os lamas a aparecerem, olha os lamas a aparecerem no mapa.
Yeah, só que eu...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lamas.
Só que ele foi para o Pro M também, o Tifu.
Ok. É o Tefuna.
O Tifu. Olha, o gajo já viu um lama.
Claro, então, isto aqui não. Beija Casa Mata. Gabriel. A sério.
Ok.
Por que é que foste isso? Lá.
I'm not saber.
Depois tu foste e tu nem sabes.
Yeah.
Just use it for way more than the 6 seconds it actually lets you use it for. Explain a little bit of staying on the side of the mountain.
A namorada do shutdown é bué bonita. A namorada do shutdown é bué bonita. É.
Não, é.
Carnificina, a música está uma merda.
Yeah.
O beat está horrível. One the One está melhor, né?
A única cena que eu gostei do Carnificina foi o beat e o videoclipe.
Foi, isso não foi ele que fez.
Ah?
Não foi ele que fez.
Foi.
Não, não foi. Então foi quem faz o videoclipe. Não é ele, são os gajos do estúdio, o beat, os gajos do estúdio, a única coisa que ele faz é cantar e mexer-se simplesmente.
Foi. Yeah. Na Carnificina. É, e o gajo também vai apagar todos os vídeos.
Ele não apagou, foi explicado.
Sim, mas foda-se. Mas para quê? Para isso criava um canal de música e pronto.
Pois é, eu tenho só 10 vídeos.
É igual ao Circaso. Circaso também tem um canal de música.
Maybe sneak a revive, but I just don't see. These players really are kind of hesitant. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily want to push. There is a third party now. They don't have a lot of shield. Are they going to get off the right play? They're going to push forward. Ewing no shield, and he's going to get the double. He's going to get the double.
What? O gajo matou os dois.
And there was some delicious shotgun grenades that just slid down the ramp. Ewing takes them down. The 4 builds left. I believe there was some help. The shots that came in from that third team getting nearby, which weakened them at first. Ewing gets the cleanup on the last one right there. What a swing for the duo. Shot does come in on the Keys, though, as another fight going down just outside the desert side of the map. Keys and Slacks up against 2. Running out of materials already, and guess what? These guys are at the farthest point.
O Flex Power também só vai para Pro M, mais nada.
Right, the longer this takes, they're not going to be able to get materials. They're going to be burning all the materials in this fight right now. So they're definitely going to need these lists to make up for it.
Ui.
That was clean. The knockout land. Landshot and Punisher went down early last game as well. Landshot will suffer the same fate. Upgraded combat shot.
Postou uma história há 2 minutos que se chama Meu Puto.
Yeah, ele tipo meu puto número e isso. Depois meteu a minha puta Angie. Angie Costa.
Yeah. Eu não acho que o que estou a ver. Eu vi aqui no Instagram. Eu só editar aqui no...
É, mas vá lá, o Windows tem muita sorte de namorar aquela gaja.
Yeah, eu não tenho
Vá lá, o gajo teve sorte.
Ganho o Nix FPS 1000 poster e o vai estar lá, vamos fazer lá.
when you guys have fights like this, you always want to be exactly what he's
E
doing
tem
right
choque
now.
de para ser nada isto,
Try to confuse your opponents and where you actually are.
Pode que eu estar dominado agora.
Skeptic just
Quem dera que me dessem 10
trying to
euros.
stay alive right now. They do have the number advantage. Flex has time to pop one mini, and it looks like they're gonna go for it right now. They made the conscious decision to try to build out, but no. They back
Quem
up
me dera que me dessem 10 euros. Digo-me bem.
Foi, a mim também.
grenades now as well. They want to go for the second
Olha
elimination.
o gajo era assim. Vai ver mostrar para.
Stinks coming in 22 health on Campfire down. He has.
Oh, and look who's here! Third party. Look who's here! NA puts up the take the L, and EU says no, no, no. This is the baby. I'm gonna show which continent is best. Mitro and Mongrel. HP, and they storm roll through.
Olha o mongrel aí.
Já, mas vai lá ver eu vai ver.
É lá, calma lá.
É lá, calma lá.
Quem é que sou este?
Sei lá, eu parece-me.
Chivas.
You saw, hey, putting on a show.
Parece-me aqui,
The man
parece
does
que
YouTube
estou
for a reason, but then also a fantastic player. I think speaks a little bit too soon. Aiden now on your screen does knock one. Hasn't finished elimination yet, so still will gain 50 HP if he can get the full. There it is. Now a 2 versus 1. Aiden and Sean. Look at how weak Sean is though, Ninja.
Sean has absolutely no health. A little bit of
Ei, olha, e cuidado do shutdown agora.
There's also a 2-on-1 and they don't know. We don't know how weak this guy
Eu
is right now.
fiz o teu pessoal.
There's a double shotgun shot for over 21 white. Players no shield left.
How many likes to me? Hã?
Look how aggressive they're
Não, o que é que disseste há bocado?
Coitado do shutdown.
Então,
Sabes porquê? Ele mandou uma mensagem ao Fortnite assim, ó. How many likes to make it the season 7? 10 Battle Pass Free. Quantos likes preciso ter para ganhar o passo de batalha da temporada 10 de graça? E depois o Fortnite mandou assim uma oficial. 1 milhão, you can't.
yeah. Ele faz essa merda a brincar.
O jogo conseguiu corta. O jogo conseguiu consegue. Então rolando aqui.
All 5 llamas have been found, so we have some probably high material players right now. A lot of rotation. Oh my god, I can't even. Freaking out, man.
You're getting into it.
Looks like a lot of people.
I love it.
Yeah, we're looking around. They're all gone. There's only one
Olha,
airdrop that's
o Gui agora está a dizer que aparece na liga.
going for airdrops is
southeast, east, and south side of the map, easily into this zone. So if you kind of sit outside and wait for players to move in from the slipstream, you might be able to deal a lot of damage. And remember, you might think, oh, there's no way to get that elimination. I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying free damage that comes into play, because it is going to happen very, very soon. We're about a minute away.
There's story.
But there's 84 teams, 84 players left still.
Yep. I think it's just a testament to our observers backstage. Great stuff to them. Does take a bit of storm damage right there.
On the maior WC, vai ser classificado.
Are they the best healing item currently in this meta?
I think that, there's a lot of items that get added where, not everyone is all unanimous.
Oh, Michi tá lá.
People do not like it, but let me tell you something about these splashes. I don't think I've ever seen, reactions that when touch splashes were added. I mean, nothing but positivity on Twitter. It was absolutely incredible. I woke up to just delightful posts. Delightful posts. Those of you guys who don't know what they are, each one splash, they come in packs.
Aí o gajo diz que perdeu as contas e tudo. O coisa, o Gui, diz que perdeu as contas e tudo.
Pô, eu não perdi a conta dele, hein? Pô, já preciso de uma PS4 nova.
Someone in this lobby has a better inventory than what Mongrel has right now. And when you come into this, they were already in your top 3. So they're in a position right now, Ninja, where if they have a pop-off performance right here, with only 6 games being played, the first 2, they could be your points away from
o que é isso? Isso aí. Esse barulho.
Para aí.
Ah?
Não pode.
Eu não posso ver. Eu não posso ver.
Como agora?
Vou me mandar pra aqui, tá?
Ah,
Vou morrer tudo.
ok.
Foi isso? Eu já estou mostrando.
Segue, mano.
Nesse bom, vai. Vai cair morta. Não, isso é isso, não.
They've got to get out of the stinks. Look at how weak they are. And don't they can get Sean and Aiden. I think that's exactly what they should be split up.
Oh, wait, and aqui.
One by one. Get pushed by more than one person.
Aqui we can see both stages and as per builds.
For the duo. Damage down 639.
Ok, o Aiden já morreu.
Now it's up to Sean.
Yeah.
Can he clutch it? Only
Ai, o gajo está a 2 de vida.
some ammunition now.
Ai.
Já.
But looks like
Tu não paraste.
more healthy. And obviously
Eliminar o Aiden.
players who are around as well.
Yeah, me vi.
O gajo é 2 de vida, vai matá-los. Quer dizer,
Quer ver?
ele está com um pouco de maquiagem.
Don't know what a brick or a metal pyramid.
Assim não vai conseguir. Ele está com um
He has to push.
maquiagem.
That's it. He has to push. He has 52 health with the zone right at his back. He's got to go. Don't even worry about Storm Surge. They're 446
Side
above.
as well. Has a shot.
This is
He's
done.
going to be taken down.
Yeah,
I mean,
e
that's
morreu.
the worst position to be in any competitive game is being weak, low materials, low health, and being forced to push in.
Every time you watch Aiden and whoever he's playing with, they are always the most aggressive, it appears.
Yes.
If you remember the famous moment,
70
I think it
players
was the
neste
arguably
ciclo é
one of the most
impossível para nós.
competitive history was the Nick
Ah.
Bruce and Aiden duo that made it into the big bonus about a year
Numa
ago.
partida normal isto é
Crowd
impossível.
popped off. Well,
Yeah.
they're always scrappy, getting
70 gajos neste ciclo.
here. The stat popped up for a second. Aiden and Sean had done 680 damage in the game. The average in the lobby was 80. They were 600 above.
Tu vais matar-se tudo a 8 de vida, que é 2 de vida, é engraçado. Depois mataste com o branco e uma mascar roxa. Não dá luta.
Olha o Mongrel e o Mitra.
É, olha aqui. Deixa eu ver ali com a pirâmide.
69.
Ah, pois é, agora que foi. 29 gajos. Um mito ali e um grilo.
Caras de pila.
Um grau e o mito estão em terceiro lugar com 13 pontos.
Yeah.
Quem está em primeiro é o Seth e o Zay e o tudo.
Yeah, porque eles ganharam uma partida.
Yeah. Cara só com 15 pontos, bem podre.
Então os gajos só fizeram 5 kills.
Depois
Ah,
ganharam a
não.
partida.
Não. Eles fizeram 3 kills. Não. Eu só sei que os gajos fizeram poucas kills. É o que me
Tiveram
lembro.
que fazer 5. Os dois juntos fizeram 5 kills.
Não, mas os pontos ficarem em terceiro e isso.
Taking damage, a lot of damage, and he's still going to be rotating. Road taking damage as well. Thomas gonna have to make some plays. And there goes Road. He actually just got knocked.
Aqueles estão todos mortos abaixo. Menos aquele Thomas HD, se conseguir.
High ground mountain in play. I mean, I'm wondering if it's going to go north.
Yep.
There's 3 high ground mountains in play, and
Really mixes it up late
and
game.
a drone ship that people can wind up putting on top of, and those are brilliant.
E para os
Oh,
dois
absolutely. If
padres.
you guys can get up on top of
Olha
those,
ali o
that's
Storm.
ultimate high ground on the map without having to
Yeah,
place
ali
any
a disparar ou vai
can't
contigo.
get sniped from above.
Yeah.
And you can get
Olha o PF. Olha o PFzinho. Olha ali o PFzinho.
O Nick está morto, pelo visto.
Will stop working. So if you don't
Yeah.
have
PFzinho ali.
get down, glider reset.
Mas a gente não viu na entrada.
Massive yikes. So you have to pray that someone
A gente não viu.
somehow.
Yep. And
Sei lá, se calhar eles não puderam vir e estão os gajos da casa da Fortnite.
talked about our game 1 winners, the team that took over the Victory Royale, which is again 10 placement points, the max you can get for placement in these games. It was Zayt and Saf, and they're currently set up in this zone for the moment.
Did they just get the zone as well? Are they the yellow team anymore? I mean, they're close enough for sure. I can see. I think, no, actually, no, they got to rotate a little bit, but look, they got 4 shockwave grenades.
Yep. And they'll be all right. They'll be able to make it happen.
They're whacking the man. Here we go. They have
Olha o
to rotate
Nikoff.
hard. Look at how many stack players are on this side of the lobby right now, and they're all going to have to move.
Slack só, como é? Slack.
Tough rotation ahead.
Ou slacks aqui, ó.
Ou slacks.
Para mim ele ainda está com o coisa da Shadow Moon, é só agora que não estou a dar mais. O coisa, o Gui já está a conseguir jogar ou não?
Não, ele diz que vai para o PC.
Não tem PC?
Yeah.
Então ainda fora de um gajo rico.
O gajo
3 computadores da NASA e 3 PS4.
Yeah.
Looks like they did a duo shockwave to try to fly across the map together. As the Fortnite rotation begins to move on in, more storm surge will soon begin to
Ainda faltam quantas páginas? 5?
Yes.
Once the circles start closing in so small, what do you think is the play? To rotate it right away once it's revealed if you're far out, or to wait and be the last team?
For me, it completely comes down to what you have, what you have in
Dreamcast weapon, por favor.
If I'm in a position where I know I need to make
Já
some
vem, vou
ground
comer,
on leaderboards, I will
Okay.
rotate early and try to begin to spray back on the opponents to get some free eliminations. If you get the zone on you, you begin to just build on up and get that height so you can spray on down as well. In this one though, again, all comes down to rotation. You have nothing to rotate with your far away. I think you play late and hope someone else drops a launch pad near you and use that community pad to your advantage.
Yeah, we're looking over here doing 3 eliminations, sitting here with some very good materials, and additionally a very delicious food. Anyone with a heavy sniper and a blue SMG to combat.
And remember, they started the game at Snobby Shores with that clutch when KBB did go down, so they're still in this one because
Has that beautiful blue combat where he clutches it with me.
Yes, he does, and all the materials you could ever ask for at nearly 100 million.
See their marking right now. I think they have a double heavy sniper combo.
They're marking double heavy where they're saying,
Não sei qual que é o
the zone's closing there.
Gonna find out soon enough.
Não pode shoot.
Marking exactly. He's trying to look and see. Yep,
Oh, they do a double
have
heavy.
a double heavy sniper.
And Ninja called it, the man knows, they see it on one, and oh!
You guys saw the difference. Exactly what Jack talked about earlier. You need 2 walls, 2 layers protecting you from one of those walls, so that double sniper will not take you down.
But they've got the tools, the key to open all doors, as I put it. And this zone, Ninja,
It just moved over a mountain, man.
it just moved onto the side of the mountain, so high ground will be in play. But at the same time, Ninja, half of the low ground still in play, so it's not as bad a position for the low ground players. Here's a look at Mongrel Mitro. Remember, Mongrel did go down early on in the last game. He's got to back on up because he's burning through materials very, very quickly. They're far above this storm surge, so they're good for the moment, and there's the replenish from his teammate in Mitro. 64 total builds left.
Always see them doing this. They always split half and half matches with one another, and then they go and clutch the others. And it's just a perfect way of making sure that you guys have equal material.
Look at how weak Sap is. Sap just sneaking up through with that shadow bomb. The spray coming in from Mongrel. Stink bomb is hit as well. Everyone focusing these players on the outside. They've got the minigun firing too. The lobby now picking up quick as we move into our mid zone.
The storm is closing in, and that's going to be forcing everyone to get into where the safe zone is right now. It is moving in towards Pleasant Park. Guys, this is absolutely insane. 51 players still remain, by the way, in a circle this small. They're just trying to get as many limbs possible as people are rotating in.
Mitro on the bottom right of your screen with that minigun has 631 bullets to spray down with Mongrel in a fight. Gets one player weak, but does have to back on him.
Get the clutch. Someone else stole the kill from him.
Mitro gets chucked as well.
Still have a launch pad, but again, when you're in a situation like this, low ground, they're getting sprayed with nothing but grenade launcher shots and frag grenades, and they're both going to be eliminated. And Mongrel also, sorry, Airwax just went down as well.
And you see Cease in the elimination feed. Does look like, remember early on, Elevate did go down there.
So delicious.
Zane go for it. Zane Sap, do they do it?
Do you go for it? There's a launch pad there and so many materials.
This is game-changing loot right now. They've got the builds to go for it if they want.
They're gonna do it.
They're gonna make the play.
A gold combat shotgun too, man.
Zane and Sap,
Uncontested.
that's one of those risk versus reward plays that can help set them up for 2 victory royales in a row.
Mongrel and Mitro's loot too, man.
Oh, that was
making a
we know
statement.
that was juicy loot.
They're making a statement saying, listen, we're from NA, we're here to play. Taking out the Evil, they didn't know they took them out, but they're definitely taking their loot.
Yeah, for sure. As they are still above this
Still great rotation items too. They both each have a launch pad, both have 2 shotgun grenades, and they're gonna go. He didn't get it though, they try to get both at the same time. Gonna be flying, and this is it, another massive rotation gonna be taken to the center of Pleasant Park. They're 167 damage above the threshold, so they're looking pretty good right now. The question is, are they gonna keep mid ground, go for low ground, high ground? What's the play?
They didn't get the full launch pad. He might have to use his own. Yes, he does again, and that actually works out. He hits his head on something, which takes him down from having to, you know, fly all the way up and float and get beat. They're going to challenge high ground right now. Zayt and Saf looking to do what many would think was impossible, which is win back-to-back games in the stack lobby. Just saw Falconer in the feed as well. Arkram with an elimination too. 19 duos left as we're moving towards the placement points, Ninja, and these duos know exactly that. 3 points if you make it in the top 15, which could be the difference between first and dead last.
What are they going to do? Are they going to prioritize rotation in and not taking damage, or are they going to try to play it a little risky and go for the elims? If you're going to be shooting, going for elims, definitely open up to a lot of spray, shotgun shot, AR shot, someone suddenly taking the high ground on you. So it all depends on how their play styles can unfold, man.
Many more duos remaining in this game, unlike the last one. Same with another elimination right there on a KBB. You've got Snappy and Red Rush on the high ground, and Saf
over the play. The high ground
goes
play.
to the high ground. Take, will he get it?
He's gonna get it. He has it.
Zayt's got high ground. Zayt has high ground as they go to try to push for 2 victory royales in a row. Saf is there as well, but Snappy just appeared right behind Saf and shotgunned him down right there.
Zayt right now is gonna have to concede to the high ground, giving it to Snappy. And he's just going to have to stay alive as long as possible, try to get some placement points. He is obviously a talented player, top player. He can definitely make something happen, and I'm interested to see what he's going to do.
Cease has been by himself since the first moment of this game when Elevate went down at 98 players remaining, and he's somehow still alive. There goes Mega. You've got Darox and Item on the low ground. Vorwin getting chopped down as well. Zayt with about 100 HP. Uh-oh. Here comes Vinny and Zexro. They're trying to challenge for the high ground.
Keys right now being held in the storm with 5 elims. He's going to be eliminated from the back. Zayt taken down as well. Snappy still with the high ground. Zex and Vinny, the TSM crew, looking good. And they're going to take it. They just took high ground. Snappy gave it to him.
They just got the high ground. Great use of the shockwave as well. Vinny as well as Zexro on hype for the moment. 5 eliminations so far. They're putting their names in the hat for potential victory royale in this game.
Go down, right? They want those elims.
Forward now with eliminations back to back. 4 players left in this one. Zexro and Vinny spraying from the high ground. It's a 2 versus 1. The player right on the edge of the zone. The shockwave into the air. And he's going to drop on down to hype for the moment. The spray coming on in. It's not enough. Zexro and Vinny.
TSM takes game 2 with style. Both alive. You love to see it.
The victory royale and 7 eliminations.
Look at that.
Vinny's hyped and Zexro looks like
he was stunned.
They forgot his fries on a fast food order. Why am I thinking about food?
Oh my, you know, Jack, it's pretty expected at this point. But God, 2 NA teams have taken game 1 and game 2, and honestly, I think that we can all say that the teams hyped up the most have been even. Guess what? Mongrel and Mitro, man, they've also been performing well. They still have so many points from eliminations.
Yep.
Oh man, what a great shotgun shot. They were perfectly in sync. They're even jumping and shotgunning at the same time. Vinny, pop off, man. You love the pop off.
So hyped. Zexro's about to start cranking 90s or default dancing in the lobby.
He's trying to talk about literally what are they going to do in the next game. Yeah. That's what that focus is. That reminds me, I've been in this situation before. He grabbed his hand and shook it for himself, man. That's a top teammate, man. Great synergy.
What a start to today's competition. The energy in here is insane. I am looking around and there are thousands and thousands of people filling up the Arthur Ashe Stadium live from New York City. Again, my name Jack Courage Dunlop, joined by Tyler Ninja Blevins for what is the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. $30 million on the line this weekend. Millions will be tuning on in from across the world. There's so many ways to watch, and we're just 1/3 of the way done with today's action, and it's already been fantastic.
I don't even want it to end, man. I could be here all night. These games are incredible.
Yep.
And just listen, if you guys are watching at home, you guys want to be here. Right? You guys want to be competing. Take notes.
Yeah.
Watch these players. Watch how they build. Watch the fights that they take, the way they rotate.
Well, guess what? Game number 2 ended with style with the North American duo of Vinny and Zexro taking it there on the floor with none other than Jordan Fisher.
Thank you so much, Courage. I appreciate that. NA showing up and taking care of business. Games 1 and 2, Vinny and Zexro with a fantastic in, both together, which is an incredible thing, right? Walk me through the just in-game for you guys.
So the comp's kind of hectic because of the noise, but we're just really good at playing together. Like, we're the longest duo that played together. So,
Great, fantastic work, guys. Back to you, Ninja and Courage. JD.
Thank you so much, Jordan. The duo of Vinny and Zexro, you know, they've always been known as being so aggressive. Yeah. From all the times we've seen them in these competitive tournaments. While they might be some younger players, they've definitely been around the block here in competitive Fortnite.
Again, you just see them, just like a lot of other talent here, always at the top of the duo qualifiers every single week. Even though they already qualified, they continue to keep playing, and practicing. Guess what? They just took game number 2. You gotta be pumped right now, man. Once you win one of these games, you can't let up, though. Again, and that's why I love that energy. Zex was immediately just, I felt like he was just talking about, what are we gonna do next? Hey, man, good job, we won that. Let's do it again, right? How are we gonna change, maybe even do better somehow, get more limbs in game 3?
No, for sure, and they know that. They're not gonna take their foot off the gas pedal. Folks, we have our standings after game number 2. Where are things playing on out? It is still Zate and Sap at the top, Dubs and Mega at 18 points in second. Zexro and Vinny, with that performance, go from 0 points up to 17, Ninja. And that is the beauty of how this plays on out. Anyone can have a pop-off game and come right back. Mongrel and Mitros.
Hoje não está tão cheio. É porque isto ainda não é aquele assim bué cheio.
Rest of this lobby, I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, just take a look at the points, Courage. You got 11 points, right? Benji and Mr. Savage, they fell out of the top 10. But look at that. Storm and Epic Whale, 12 points. Daedra, M1-1T, 12 points. All they need is 2 or 3 points, 2 or 3 extra eliminations right there, and boom, they'll move up 6 places. You know what I mean? So it's still anyone's game, all right? 2 pop-off games, 1 pop-off game, boom, you're already in the top 5.
Remember, if you get 50th place or 11th place, from that whole time in between, you win $100,000 as a duo.
Still.
But if you go from 10th up to 1st, it jumps all the way to $3 million. So everyone, eyes on that top prize. We are just 1/3 of the way through the action today, but I know we've had a lot of fun up here, Ninja. What an absolute blast. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give a round of applause to Ninja for hopping in for some guest casting? What a great job.
Thank you, man.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Pleasure to be here.
That's going to do it for us for now up here on the caster desk, but I know Zeke is down on the floor with some notes for you all.
Thank you guys so much, man. What an awesome first 2 set of games, from Sap and Zay locking down the lobby to Zexro and Vinny just coming in super clutch. And of course, guys, you've been here. We got to see Ninja. He got to go ahead and commentate some games. So what I want to know from you is, have you guys had a good time? Have you enjoyed it? If so, let's just let me hear you. You know, that was so. Let's pretend I didn't ask. Have you guys been enjoying yourselves? That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, we've got quite a bit more games left to get through, but you know, if you've been watching for a long time, you know I'm a big fan of everyone that loves Fortnite. It's all about bringing people together. And I like to say Fortnite fam, that's my thing. That's what I do. And you know, there's actually a lot of people from around the world that have come here to compete, to watch, to be part of all of this. And I thought, what better way to give back to you guys than to teach you how to say Fortnite from all around the world. So in just a moment, we're going to take a look at a video, and I can't wait because this is actually the first time I'm seeing this. A lot of work went into making this happen. So I can't wait for us to watch this together. Let's take a look.
Hello Fortnite fam. Fortnite fan 여러분들 안녕하세요. Real Fortnite team이야. Jag åker till Sorio. Vad kör Fortnite folk? Jag är fan Fortnite.
What the fuck?
What's up Fortnite fam?
Fortnite fan 여러분들 안녕하세요.
What's up Fortnite fam? Hey, John, Fortnite fan. What's up Fortnite fam?
Was geht Fortnite Freunde?
Mongrel,
What's up Fortnite fam?
Yo, what's up Fortnite fam?
Boss?
Sorry, I'm texting.
What's up Fortnite fam? What's up Fortnite fam?
What's up Fortnite fam? What's up Fortnite fam?
E aí galera do Fortnite?
Olha o Nix.
G'day Fortnite fam.
Bonjour, comment ça va les fans de Fortnite?
G'day Fortnite fam.
Cheer up Fortnite fam.
What up boys?
That was even better than I thought it would be. Just embrace it. We, as a collective, Fortnite fam, get used to it. We're here to stay. Now, guys, you know, there's a few more things I want to take a look at before we hop back into the next game. One of the things to kind of do if you're here or if you're at home, you've been watching, Ninja actually had a pretty dope hoodie, a World Cup kind of exclusive hoodie. Would you like one of those things? Would you like one of the crazy World Cup shirts that we have? You can totally get your hands on one. Head on over, retailroad.com. Get yourself a nice shirt. We got some hoodies. We've got hats. We've even got the little drone that's the battle bus. It looks amazing. The top balloon is actually the drone, so you've got the bus that's literally flying around. You best believe I'm going to pick one up and mess around with my family. They're not ready for it. But there you go. There's some understanding. Also, that drift shirt, by far, my favorite piece of merchandise ever. Those of you that really do know me, you know I love Drift. He's easily my favorite character. But just some cool things. If you're looking to get some World Cup exclusive thing, go ahead and take a look. Now, for those of you who have also been watching kind of all 10-week qualifiers long, you know we love Golden Boy. And there's actually one thing specifically he was kind of telling people as we were going through interviews. And that was, hey, when we get to New York, you're going to be in my hometown. Let's catch up and get a slice of pizza. Now, I know you're thinking, wait a minute, Zeke, what about, like, everyone else? Why is he a Golden Boy? Well, he's a Golden Boy, and he's selfish, and he wanted the pizza all for himself. Get called out. That's right. Now the world knows. But a few of those players actually took us up on the offer. They went out for some pizza. They had a night on the town. So let's take a look together and check this out.
New York City. We got the Statue of Liberty, Central Park, the Empire State Building, and the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. I couldn't be more excited about the greatest Fortnite players in the world coming to my hometown to duke it out. Before the action started, I took World Cup qualifying players Aiden and Chinkin out to show them the Big Apple, starting with PC Gaming Cafe, Waypoint.
What's up, boys? Hey. Welcome to Waypoint. Good to see you. Good to meet you. All right, fellas, let's go and grab a drink. Let's go. All right.
Hey, como é o café feito?
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me here in my hometown, New York City. Thoughts on it so far? Chinkin, we'll start with you.
Hot, a lot of people.
Yeah, hot and a lot of people. I'm sorry, but also welcome to New York. That's kind of the way it is out here. Where are you from in Austria?
Austria, like I'm in Salzburg.
And the population? 40. I think it was like 40,000 people in the train that you were in on the way here. Yeah, so now I want to talk about the competition at hand because obviously this is going to be the biggest opportunity, I would imagine, of your lives. You're going to be playing in front of a massive crowd. Is there a way, as a player, that you prepare for that?
I don't think like there's a way to like prepare it. Yeah. But try to like calm down, not get like nervous, not get shaky and stuff. Yeah. And then we should be good. Like.
It's still crazy having like a live crowd.
Yeah.
I try not to take tournaments like too seriously. If I play relaxed, I feel like I do better. I remember when everyone's like, this guy looks like he's just chilling on his couch at home, the casters, and it was like, I was just relaxed, you know, and I feel like I played better.
Okay. So gentlemen, we're going to be heading off to some different sites around the city. We're going to go to Washington Square Park, so let's go and check it out. Alright, so now here we are in Washington Square Park, gentlemen. And I love the fact that we've conveniently set this up.
What the fuck?
I don't know what these pieces would symbolize. I don't know.
Temos como personagens,
Fortnite. Well, we have this here. Let's talk about competition. You guys are potentially going to be facing off against each other. Have you thought about
Nada a ver, mas pronto.
Oh, you don't want to feel the L2?
I've watched them play a little bit. Him and Stompy, they're very like, I've seen them play aggro before. It's pretty scary. So if you have chemistry where you can play without even talking, you guys know what you're gonna do. That's like a team like that's gonna win. So
what you guys are gonna experience this weekend. This is the first Fortnite World Cup. You're going to be playing for millions of dollars, potentially. Has that even set with you guys yet?
Even if it's not me, I'm thinking there's going to be millionaires after this tournament. Yeah. There's going to be millionaires. I try not to be, I'm not like greedy about it or anything. It's really nice to see like
pizza, we'll get some pizza. Give everyone pizza. Yeah, I'm gonna show up with 2 giant boxes of pizza. Say I won't.
Fogo é só pizza.
I kept telling people, hey, I want to get a slice of pizza with you. You know, all the players, and they all ignored me. You know. So thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Obviously, this has been an incredible journey for you all. You're now on the precipice of one of the biggest events in the history of the world.
I'm happy that it was a fair chance for everybody, you know, open qualifiers. Yeah. You could have no exposure, but if you're good, you get in the tournament. So yeah, I'm just really thankful to be here, and I'm going to enjoy my time here.
Yeah, we just try to like make our fans happy. I'm really looking forward to play on stage in front of 100,000 people.
Do you feel like the fans and how they've been supporting you all on this road to this, do you feel like that adds a little bit to this pressure?
Honestly, it gives just more support for me. I feel more like happy to be here when there's all these people, whether they're rooting for me or other players. Fortnite's grown so much, and I just can't wait to see all like the crowd, and I know it's going to get bigger and bigger every event. So,
fellas, best of luck at the Fortnite World Cup this year. Seriously, nothing but the best for you. But we're in the thick of things here in New York, so I think we got to get some more pizza. You guys down? All right, let's do it.
New York's got everything, and this weekend, most importantly, it's got the Fortnite World Cup. Now that these two have had their slice, let's see how they handle the competition.
You can't not. He's just the best, and it's really cool that he got to go out, hang out with Aiden, get some pizza, and, you know, just tour New York. You love to see it. You love to see it. Now, guys, there is actually a dynamic duo that we want to talk to. We actually have Jordan Fisher standing by. He's going to be chatting with Nix and PFZin. These guys qualified back from the Brazilian region. They've got some things to say. So, Jordan, let's go over to you.
Thank you, my friend. I've got Nix and PFZin here. Nix, you have been absolutely dominating in the last few weeks, especially when the solos and the duos are concerned. Being the first Brazilian player to qualify for the World Cup, can you talk to me a little bit about the dynamic that the two of you share as partners?
Nix, você estava dominando nas últimas semanas, principalmente para os qualifiers da World Cup. Você pode falar pouco sobre a dinâmica de vocês?
Eu e o PFZin costuma jogar bem agressivo e tentar pegar o máximo de eliminações possível.
PFZin and I, we try to play as aggressively as possible and get as many eliminations as we can.
As you should in the name of Battle Royale. Right now, PFZin, you seem to balance out the fiery kind of loose cannon nature of Nix, who is obviously a dominant player, you know, kind of set up for a solid end game. What's it been like to work with such a young and fiery player like Nix?
Você parece que você consegue contrabalançar o estilo bem incendiante do Nix. Então, como é que é isso para você fazer esse lado mais balanceado da dupla?
Basicamente eu tenho uma role de suporte, então eu meio que fico nas backlines e ele vai na frente. Quando a gente tem o high ground, por exemplo, ele tem a função de ficar embaixo matando todo mundo e eu controlando o high ground. Basicamente é um lado mais estratégico, enquanto ele é o lado mais agressivo.
Basically, I have more of a support role. Whenever we're in high ground, I'm just more in the background, supporting him. Like he has a more aggressive role.
Setting him up.
Yeah.
To fire the loose cannon at the end. It reminds me of the very W key in a West that I play on all the time. That has really, you know, just got me out breaking my 90s on a regular basis. You know about that courage, right? Am I right? Back to you.
Whoa. Jordan, it's back to me. Come on. Courage, he's just found the chicken parmesan. Someone whispered the word and he went running. You just see it. Also, big shout out to Nix and PFZin. I actually chatted with Nix very quickly. He walked up and was like, "Hi, I'm Nix." And I'm thinking, this guy knows how to talk. So I talked a bunch of stuff, told him much I loved him. Turns out he didn't understand any of it. So I had to get a translator and tell him that I love him. But that's how things go. Now, of course, guys, I know what you want. You want more games. We have 4 more on deck. So I think for now, we're going to send it back up to Golden Boy and Monster. They're going to get us into these games. So how's CJ Mike Brown? Play us in.
to DJ Mike Realm, spinning the ones and twos here at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Golden Boy alongside Masa D-Face putting the boys back and again looking to bring you the fun as we have games 3 and 4 on deck. So far, this has been one of the most exciting events I've ever been to. That game 1 was ridiculous. Game 2 did not disappoint as well, Monster.
No, it didn't. I thought for a second there we're going to see back-to-back performances from Zay and Sap. And I mean, we honestly did. Everyone that was in the top 10 contestant, even Miz and Daedra, they were performing. We saw them cut it all the way through. And it's that level of consistency that's going to cut the difference and making it all the way through the top 10 and being a World Cup winner.
What I've loved seeing is that standings page, top 10, international. You got the Japanese players popping off, European players popping off, players from New Zealand. Everyone's putting in every little bit they can. But folks, it's now time for game number 3. The players are all loaded up in the battle bus, and we are about to take off. Let's see who's going to get that much closer to raising the trophy and being your Fortnite World Champions of Duos. Here we go.
Keep it going, Golden Boy, because we are jumping into game 3 as these cameras populate. Your favorite competitors are here. They've made it this far. It's the duo competition. If you were nervous before, hopefully they kicked the bucket over this little break here, and they're back and they're recuperating.
I know I practically kicked the bucket after Vinny and Zetro won game 2, man. I was feeling it, man. It was nuts. And there they are on your screen. So the drop for the bus here, it's going to be a north to south one going right over that ice biome. It's going to cut pretty much center of the map there. And Vinny and Zextro, I'm very happy that they're performing this well, Monster. This is a duo that had so much success. Even going into the World Cup qualifiers, we all were like, yeah, this is a duo that definitely should make it. This is a duo that, hey, they could even win the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then tragedy struck as Zextro had a few problems with you know, arthritis and different things with his hands. And I'm going to make sure I'm getting that right. And I'm just bummed out about that. Good to see them here showing up, man. That's huge.
I mean, that's what you expect of our competitive veterans, specifically Zextro, Vinny. They go back to as many of the LAN tournaments that we've seen, as does Zay and Sap. But anyways, look, in here we have UN KBB. He's going to take down Mexi. Is Scram close by? Is he close enough? And this is a battle going down in Snobby Shores. So off the rip here, we have players getting dropped. That's actually going to be our first elimination. Lucky for us to catch that one, but there's shots coming in from the Viking Island right up above, and he just kind of turns a corner, sweeps him up, catches that full elim there. So that's his now. Yeah, a little toe-to-toe action here, Golden Boy.
Very rough.
É meio burro, podia meter uma trap. Os caras também foi meio burro.
Go over to his POV now. Kind of get it's a little wild, man. It's like just getting the bearings all together here. I think for the players as well, that moment where they can just have that conversation. What are they going to do? How are they going to just implement their strategy going into the next game? What is that strategy going to be? Do you mix it up? Do you change the drop spots? These are things that are going to be so important for these players. The time that they can take to just communicate with one another. Now Scram looking to be essentially in a world of hurt here. We heard from Nyx, PFZin earlier on. The Brazilian duo. I don't think they know that. Yes, they're Scram. They're going to be on the hunt for him, so they know that he's around here. They're just trying to sniff him out.
Yeah, and if you were in the players' lounge, you could feel the tension.
Yeah,
specifically when we brought up the Brazilian duos, the Brazilian players. These guys qualified, and they qualified with heavy elimination. Nyx especially being one of our only players to like literally qualify as hard as you can in the, you know, for the weekend.
He was at it each and every week. You constantly saw him at the top every single time. It was so impressive, and also qualified for solo. So we'll be seeing Nyx tomorrow. And then you got Scram. He's got 2 eliminations, but he's just hiding this one out. He hears them making all that ruckus, all the noise around him. Scram just does not want to give up his position. Perhaps he grabbed his teammate's reboot card. He's maybe looking for that play. But Nyx and PFZin, they have to have an idea of where he's going to be located here.
Yeah, he does not want to give up his position here. He's actually just hiding in the basement right now, hoping that these guys just kind of blow by like dust in the wind right here. As Nyx and PFZin, they think it's clear. They think it's all good because they came in and they just wrapped up one of the other players. They actually didn't initiate the battle against Mexi and Scram here. So Scram might just get lucky and be able to kind of sneak on by as he hears this powerhouse duo, this Brazilian duo,
kind of loot their way through and make their way to the zone soon.
And loot they definitely will, because they're getting a lot of resources out of this. Scram over in the distance. He's going to be out of there. Now making our way over to the action.
Finalmente.
Estava a jantar. Uma pizza inteira.
Primeiro, disseste que ias comer. Segundo, e segundo, demoraste uma partida inteira a comer o jantar disto. E o Nick já falou ao microfone.
O que é que ele falou em inglês?
Não, ele falou brasileiro.
O que é que ele disse?
Estava lá uma gaja para traduzir as cenas e depois.
Mas o que é que ele disse?
Ele disse que eles jogavam para ter kills e não sei o quê.
Não jogavam pela vitória, jogavam.
Yeah, para ter kills.
Porque eles dão mais pontos.
Yeah.
Ele, pelo menos nas antigas World Cups, não World Cup, que é nas outras semanas, ele era sempre assim. Quando ainda estava o círculo muito grande, ele fazia 1 ou 2 kills. Depois o círculo fechava bué, já estava com 12, 13 kills.
Yeah.
They're having a conversation of what the play is, what is the movement going to be, but Crimson Spades are not going to allow them that opportunity to breathe. That's going to be the down there. Crimson managing to knock down Jam Side. He's looking for 7 SSK in the corner, and that's going to be the elimination register.
E ele está ainda já no PC.
And a big win there for Crimson Spades.
What a clean
Não. Acho que ele foi jogar CS.
Wait a second, was it luck? Was it not? No, they're here to show it off and show why they're at the World Cup Finals, but now hopping back with Miz and Dave.
Será que ele apanhou algum V-Bucks para ele?
Não sei. Acho que não.
Não sei. Tens quantos V-Bucks?
300. Se eu tivesse 500, eu ia comprar a dança de marshmallow.
Eu sei.
O Felipe tem V-Bucks.
Tem 310. Eu quero a capa na loja.
E eu quero a dança de marshmallow. O Gui só recebe V-Bucks daqui a 2 dias. Que eu estive a ver no Salvo Mundo. Só recebe 150.
Yeah, players don't really think about that, right? Like you always see Fortnite players go after the high.
Eu vou para o quarto do Felipe fazer a missão. Eu vou para o quarto do Felipe fazer as coisas.
Mas fala comigo.
Como?
Leva ao PC.
Não, falo pelo grupo da PS4.
É.
Gustavo's going to lead this push here because specifically between these two players right here, this duo, this Brazilian duo, Gustavo doesn't necessarily lead the pushes. It's Wishy. Wishy's the aggressive one here, so he has the ultimate high. He's always looking for the shot. What they're going to do is just a nice standoff.
Yeah, and that's this whole event, right? Players have just been very cautious about what they want to do. They are not trying to get too aggressive in these fights. They know what's on the line here. Millions in prizing is on the line. You do not want to make a bad decision. Be one of those teams that are eliminated out early on. But Gustavo's going to be putting shots down. Focusing this player, forcing him to actually build up. He has no builds to work with as well. 19 HP remaining and just a hope and a prayer. But unfortunately for him, that was not going to be enough there. Gustavo's out. Wishy isn't going to happen for him either. And Miz, he's feeling it. That's going to be 2 elims for this duo.
You gotta love the snarky little smirk right there on his face when you get those 2 points. Feels so good.
It's really good. Feels really good. And then Volks and Parpy. And look at this. Parpy actually dealing with this battle. And this other player that actually got the high ground against him was focus firing on Volks. Parpy pushing back here. I wonder, you get split up like this, but Volks and Parpy, they love playing a very aggressive style. They'll get in your face. They'll box you out if they need to.
Yeah,
without a doubt, this duo was unmatched when it came down to eliminations in the qualifying rounds. They had the most, actually, and even pulled off a consecutive 5 victories in 8 games to qualify for one of the weekends. Volks and Parpy, another kind of reference to Game 1. They had a great Game 1. We saw them picking up duos, but we haven't seen them necessarily make it through the end game. All they have to do is kind of slow it down here, and that's what they're trying to do, but being split up is terrible.
Also, in the distance, I just want to make note, Wolfie's a very aggro controller player. He's another one. I think that we've seen a fun mixture of players that look to get that safe approach to the game, and then others that just want to take early fights, get some points early on, because maybe they're playing that early game strategy rather than like focusing so hard. Like, you get late game, that's great. You do want to rack up a few eliminations. Look how low the points are that have been thus far in games 1 and 2. Get yourself a few elims and then maybe manage to make it to that top 15, which is very hard given how many players have stayed alive in this game. Games 1 and 2, we were at what, like circle 5, or yeah, circle 5. I think we were sitting at like 45, 46 players are just waiting for movement.
Yeah, and that's where that storm surge kicks in, right? Does damage to players. That's feel it back. Crew and Chapels, one of my picks to watch. Have sort of been struggling in the format so far. I guess when the real pressure's on, you know, the environment shifts, right? Everything changes.
That's right. Everything changes here, and Crew does manage to get that shot off, or attempted to, with that tactical shotgun. It was not going to get the connection necessary there, but it did put the fear in the player to have to back away. Both players, well, respecting the space from one another. The stinkers come out. Crew and Chapix having to get out of there, and they're going to use those, I believe, the shockwave nades to just fly on out of there. Didn't see the purple over their bodies there, but they were able to fly on out of that fight. Could have gotten real risky for them.
I was going to say, that was a respectful disengage. You only got 6 games here, 2 of which have happened.
Yeah, that's
they
right.
need big performances. They have to push towards placement and end game. So good on them to kind of back up, man. When you have stinkers, there's no defense against it. You get chunked down right through your builds. It really is annoying to go against. And speaking about the stinkers here, Epic Whale's under pressure right now, and that's just going to chunk him down. They force him off of the campfire, and we'll see if he returns to it. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, you're only going to get so much time with that campfire. Epic Whale, along with 40R Storm. This is a Week 10 qualified duo. Last moment you could possibly have it happen, and they... Another dominating duo in the scene, Airwalks and Nikov. Airwalks winning the Pro-Am yesterday 2 times now. This is a whole new ball game. Best players in the world in this lobby. It's not going to be a cakewalk, and he knows that. It hasn't been the best run thus far for Airwalks and Nikov.
Yeah, and it was their last final games there. Notice the text right there. The fast track Airwalks and Nikov qualified for the Fortnite World Cup in their final 7 games. That's intense. They were struggling so close on the cusp every single weekend, so close to qualifying. If it was 5 placements, they were 6 or so like that. It was that close for them. But jumping in here, Crew is going to put some pressure down, and it looks like his teammate has been traded out as well. He's already gone.
Also going to see some eliminations over in the feed as well. You got Crew who just cleaned up on Volts, but Septic took out X-Men. And then I think I saw XXM pop up there on the receiving end of a shot there, so will be out of the action as well. Crew by himself has 1 elimination. Going to be looking to get as many points as possible. Now we're going to be sitting with 40 duos left alive. We're going into the next circle here in just a little bit. It's going to start to collapse. Salty Springs is going to be the point of interest for all of our players here. Got a lot of bodies that are going to be lingering outside. Some that are even as far out as Dusty Divot, like on the northern end of it, sticking around there. So maybe trying to get some last-minute loot, perhaps. About to see.
Here is Parpy looking for that peak. Volks and Parpy always tend to stay together, but wait a second, that was a tricky little shockwave right there. He did try to sneak his way into the build. He takes the wall. What are you going to do with it? Crew's still looking for the replacement here. He gets it on land, takes the wall. 184. Crew's excitement, you can feel it from here. That was a huge shot. With the new tactical shotgun, the legendary.
That's right. When you're feeling it, man. He went right for the fight. Ambitious, young player there from Sweden. 15 years of age, man, and he's playing for millions of dollars So many of these players, they're just young ones. We have a lot of young fans here in the arena today. Maybe next year this could be them. And then you got a few of the veterans. Zexro, then you saw Nate Hill, as well as Funk Mongrel, Mitro, Aiden there in the corner of the screen. Over to our Game 2 winners, Zexro and Vinny. No eliminations to their name thus far. I mentioned Wolfie's aggro controller player. He went right for Nyx and just take him out on that one.
Yeah, I definitely want to see Wolfie hopefully catch some more highlights before the weekend's over. Touch base with him. He's a great kid, definitely enthusiastic about being here at the World Cup, and he feels totally prepared. He's ready to represent. He's one of the few controller players to actually qualify for this weekend. It's a big weekend for a lot of players, obviously, clearly. Here you have Cease and Elevate. They haven't found the rhythm.
They've been a little quiet, man. They won WSOE, a great duo that has had success in the past, but this has just not been their game so far. Got to get something to turn it around. The talent is certainly there. I think I saw someone on the Fortnite competitive Reddit mention, why is no one talking about Cease and Elevate? And I think it's just important to note that in order for us to talk about it, they got to start doing some things. And I think games 1 and 2 has not been their game.
Yeah, and I mean, we were there in the warm-up rounds. A lot of players were not necessarily revealing strategy, but whoa, that's a huge shot on Ziff right there as Mitro sends one flying down the field right there.
Sent him packing. Dear me. All right, so back to the action at hand. We're going to have 36 duos left in this. Notable names, obviously, Mega and Dubs. Benji Savage. For due reason, this is a stupendous duo. Combination from Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage.
Big shot right there. These double snipes. Gotta be careful. There's no standing still in a box here because you might eat one right there. They line up another.
Right.
Not quite successful that time around, but hey, all damage matters. Storm Surge, you want to be dealing damage. You cannot stay idle. There are no free passes at the World Cup.
Look what happened in Game 1, man. The Storm Surge claimed a lot of victims. You have to be engaging in fights. You cannot stay still. There's Flexi and Letwick on the move. Nyrox right behind the organization. Benji Fishy's going to be down. Just saw that one off on the side. Mr. Savage now having to deal with a player that had engaged on him. He gets above. He just needs to wait this one out here, but Benji does get cleaned up. Yeah, that was going to be Flexi.
And that was such a sneaky... leave his duo behind. So what can Mr. Savage do? One of the best mechanical players here today. What can...
It's not going to be easy. Not with a lobby like this. At this point in time, he's really just looking to play the keep away game. Maybe he can pick off a player with that heavy sniper, get eliminations for himself. They only have 1 point right now, and they're nowhere near getting the placement points currently. He's still looking to harass some players. Put some pressure on them. Now you see that half in, half out circle. And 2 duos are going to be inside of there. So everyone's going to have to start to move over to that east side. It's going to be a struggle for so many players. They're starting to make the moves right now. They want to try and gatekeep, prevent these players from getting inside.
This is a team we want to watch right now during this rotation. Mongrel and Mitro, they are masters at executing, especially when they have mobility like this to cut across the field. They are on the hunt right now, and there's no reason for them to rush. Once they spot out someone, they're gonna pounce. They're gonna jump on that target.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for you to make that mistake. And with the nerves at an all-time high here, players are certainly gonna make that error in judgment. Saw it happen in scrims when we were looking at players just getting warmed up. So much at stake here, but there's the launch pad. It's gonna go out now. Need to be wary of just beamed in the sky. So many times you think that you're just going to be sailing away with no problem, not a care in the world, and then you just end up losing all of your shields, all of your HP, and then that's it. You're done.
I've seen it countless number of times. People tweet out, you know, you fly across, you get taken out the sky, but it's all about timing. Neither Mitro nor Mongrel were shot once on that rotation, and it was masterfully done right there. And whoa, it looks like they're tracking so beautifully, catches someone trying to just kind of rotate on by in the shadow bomb, but that was not enough.
You were not safe from the shadows there, buddy. Another thing, too, was that when they were out of position for a brief moment, the way that they were able to just get back together, right? That patience with one another, the communication, you need to have it when you're getting down to these final moments. 25 duos are going to still be standing here. You got Calculator and Macwood. They're going to have that high ground up above. Shouldn't be comfortable just yet, because anything can happen here. Look at where that next circle is going to be going. Moves need to be made.
With that RPG, I mean, they can basically take high ground at any given moment that they want nor choose. Calculator looking around, already on 4 eliminations for Macwood. Macwood did say he's the fragger of the duo. We'll see if Calculator can keep up right now. I am just poking good fun because Calculator loves to talk a big game on the social medias.
He really does, man. He's a character without a doubt. But right now, there's no fun and games to be had. This is game 3 of the Fortnite World Cup Finals. It's time to put up or shut up for a lot of these players.
Look at that, wasting no extra mats. They do not waste more than they have to.
This was earlier on. Elimination onto Mongrel and Mitro. There you have it. Out of the game once again. That duo, European powerhouse, gonna pay there to Dubs and Mega.
So far, so good. Maxwell's just holding this positioning right here. He is going to get blocked out of his teammate accidentally, but it's all good. This is still his ground to control right now. They have clear control of the skies here.
And they have a ton of builds to work with as well, Monster. 4 eliminations for Macwood. A great game for him thus far. That's 4 points for this duo, but he's going to be taking some shots. Has to be careful there. And there you can see the lay of the land, Monster.
Yes, the placement thresholds will be divvied out soon. There goes the Storm Surge already ringing down on players. Jay has to make a big move. Doesn't matter. Zate is going to wrap up right here as Keys goes down as well. And the shots are flying. You can just look at the overhead, the chaos that's going on in the mid-ground specifically.
And look who's still in this, Saf. They're going to be in first place if they keep this going. Another dominant game for them, another high-placing game could be the difference maker to keep them in that first place position. Up on the high ground, Calculator and Macwood putting down shots yet again, not giving players any moment to be comfortable whatsoever. Look at the names that are here, though. The Rockets now starting to fly by Wolfies. Wolfies having to defend himself. Zate's going to be out of this one, so now it's going to be up to Saf, and Saf, he had to see his teammate go down, but his back's going to be to the Storm there. Now looking at Mega, who's waiting this one out. He knows on the right side of your screen, you can see it down low. So these players, they're going to try and force their way into his box, so he has to play defense. He has to disengage, and there's Saf, who just lost his teammate safe. Now he's going to be running this one solo, and then up above, it's Macwood and Calculator. This whole time, they picked up 3 eliminations from that whole exchange, Monster.
That's exactly where you want to be. They're still putting this pressure down, and Saf is looking for one, but it's Vinny who's going to take him out right there. So Vinny's going to find his first elimination, and he has so much health. He is in the game right now, although by himself because Zexro is down. And now Oslo, Bad Sniper, one of the few duos that are still left in this game right here. Arkham somehow, with a masterful rotation, he's still in as well. Bad Snipers at 11 eliminations with Oslo here.
Wow, unreal stuff. Bad Sniper is going to be out of this one. Macwood and Calculator still owning the high ground on the mid, down below. Dubs and Mega, one of the premier duos here at the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Could they get the high ground and wrestle the control away from Calculator and Macwood? Oslo waiting for Vinny. You can see that engagement down low. But we got to focus on what's going on above here. Because Macwood and Calculator, they have their eyes on Dubs and Mega, and they do not want to give them that free. But you're going to have a clash, a 2v2 in the high and in the mid ground. And Dubs and Mega feeling that pressure, needing to just dial back here. Wait a minute, because I think what they're doing is that they're just trying to see if they're going to run out of builds potentially. I mean, the play here certainly has just been defense, defense, defense.
Yes, that's right. Oslo's now left by himself. All he has to do is time this fight, so long as he doesn't bother them. But Dubs and Mega try to go for the high ground and make a fatal error. They fall to the low here, Golden Boy.
This isn't looking good there. Mega and Dubs, they have the low ground, the ultimate low ground. Oslo's going to be outside, but they get the elimination.
Gabriel, temos problema sério. Acho que o gajo tomou conta ao Twitter.
Calculator, 9
Então a passe não é mesmo, vê lá, tenta lá entrar na conta dele.
Do Flipper?
Yeah, tenta lá.